Studdard Sports, we in the building. Naptown, come kick it with me. McGrone type. And they get like a little three. Where y'all from?
317, baby.
Can I get a little Naptown, 56th Street, Eastside football going crazy? Okay. Oh, you got to work on that jig a little bit. How you feeling, dog? How you feeling?
317, baby. Feels great. I'm a winner. So we won today. Love it, bro. Love it. 317, baby, all day.
What you got to say to the Mick right now?
Oh, hey, I put on for the Mick. I show that we're the best conference in the nation. I'm telling you, the nation. Go Mick, baby. Yeah.
One more time for LC.
Oh, LC, all the Bears. Lawrence, I love y'all, man. Hey, y'all built this. Y'all made me the person who I am today. I appreciate that.
One more time for Moms.
One more time for Moms. Oh, hey, Mom, I love you. Thank you. Thank you for raising me. Thank you for standing with me through all the television. You know, I love you. Thank you.
Both of y'all, 56th Street football. Like, is the East Side reign? Is this starting? Like, it's in full effect?
It's real deal. Everybody need to stop sleeping. It's real.
Alright. So I gotta ask, will y'all play? If y'all get the chance to play against each other in college, are you getting a pancake on him, or is he running right through you?
I think we know the answer. I'm a fucking quarterback.
I think Cam's done a really good job this week. You know, we talked about his speed, coupling him up with Devin Bush, who's already at Michigan, and then Charles Thomas, the 2019 linebacker from IMG. I think all three of them kind of built the same way, super speedy, really instinctive, great at blitzing. I think they'll do really, really good things under Don Brown at Michigan.
Well, we started Cameron out in football when he was in 3rd grade. Yeah, about 8 years old. And we took him to Lawrence Football League over off of like 56 and Post Road in Fort Harrison. And our first football memory of him was that he didn't know how to breathe. Yeah, he didn't know how to breathe, and then they made him run, right?
Yeah, he didn't. He had trouble with his breathing, and you know, I just tried to walk him through it. You know, but he was able to, you know, to get a hold of it and be able to complete the game. But you know, just seeing him in that little uniform and you know running up and down the field, seeing him enjoy that was big for me because that was one of my dreams. That was way for us to connect. You know, for us to have that little bond. You know, was football. So you know, just to see him progress over the years. You know, just from Little League to middle school to now, you know, just the progression has just been amazing, and we're very proud of him. Middle school, the thing that sticks out the most was he would run, heel to toe, and so I wanted to get him in track to kind of get his technique better, and it was a situation where I could tell he was a little self-conscious about it, about his speed, and once he learned the technique and started fighting through the shin pain, he was able to get a lot faster, and I think it kind of shocked him. It kind of shocked both of us.
Right, yeah. Because when he was running heel to toe, he was kind of slow. He had pain in his feet and his knees, but he got put in track. And at Belzer, the coaches there, they helped him perfect his technique to where he knew how to run over the balls of his feet, and it increased his speed like exponentially. When Cameron was a freshman, the coach that was there at the time, they had him dress every varsity game. They brought him in, they even allowed him to practice with varsity like the summer before freshman year, that they were just so excited about him. And Cameron didn't hit the varsity football field 1 second of the entire season. He stood on the sideline in full uniform and never hit it. He was so disheartened. And I told him, it's like, you gotta earn the stripes. You gotta, respect the process and wait. And when he was on his freshman team, he shined. He was kicker, punter, sometimes he played tight end, and of course linebacker, middle linebacker, and he was the captain of the freshman team. He started the first game sophomore year, I think it was Cathedral, and he had like a sack and a lot of tackles that game, and he just had to wait his turn, wait his time, and that's when people started noticing who Cameron McGrone was.
So sophomore year, basically, Cameron started coming into his own. We had him in track, we had him in wrestling.
Yeah, no, wrestling was freshman year.
Okay, we had him in wrestling freshman year, and all of the skills and techniques that he was learning from each sport, he was able to apply to, football, and he just started to come into his own.
Spring semester of his sophomore year, we put him in a camp. That was Best of the Midwest camp, and he won defensive MVP at that camp. And I think that's kind of when the buzz started coming around Cameron. And it was probably about a month or two later, they had like a spring showcase at his school where a lot of different coaches would come and watch him work out. And he got his first offer second semester of sophomore year from Syracuse University. And then from then on, about every month or two, he started getting phone calls and mail from different schools. So that gave him a boost, and we made sure that we put him in some camps closer to home. He went to IU and the Colts camp. He got him exposure, and also gave him like a boost to see what it's like to play at the next level, being on a college campus and being in a college stadium. Let him know what to build up to. So junior year, October 16th, first quarter, Lawrence Central at Carmel. Cameron went up to deflect the pass and came down, and he heard a pop. And David and I went rushing down to the field, and one of the community north doctors, he wiggled his knee around and told us that he tore his ACL. And we took him for MRI the next day. They told us that his season was over, and then he would need surgery, and it would be about a year for recovery. But Cameron wasn't having it. He wasn't having that year. Cameron was back in competition for a Nike regional competition by May. So it was about 6 to 7 months he was back. And I mean, he got the blessing from his trainers at school and the physical therapist and even the surgeon that he had a miraculous recovery. They even joked it, called him like Wolverine from the X-Men, because they said he regenerated so fast, and it's because of the way he pushes through adversity and how he accepted the challenge of trying to get healthy, and he followed the doctor's orders, and if he didn't follow them, David and I were right behind him making sure he did. Keeping himself healthy, eating right, stretching, whatever he needed to do to get back out there on the field.
It comes down to the commitment. We pretty much just try to get Cameron all the exposure to each college as possible. You know, from visits to talks to coaches and academic personnel. You know, so he can make a wise decision as far as where he wanted to attend his college years. We visited from everywhere from LSU down to Stanford to
Wisconsin was the furthest north.
Yeah.
And then the furthest east, I guess not really east, but we went to Tennessee at one point where he got an offer from Tennessee. But yeah, we were all over the place. And if it wasn't David and I taking him to his visits, my brother's a firefighter, so he has a very loose schedule. And he would take him to the visits. And he actually took him on his visit to Michigan, which was on Cameron's 17th birthday, where he got an offer from Coach Harbaugh. Yeah, so it's we wanted him to get the best exposure. We wanted him to have the most educated decision when it was time to make his college choice. So that's why we just took him wherever we could. You know, we worked overtime, scraped up money just to make sure we could do whatever we could to get him so he wasn't making a choice just off whim or off popularity, but a place that's, because education is so important to our family. So for him to make a choice, not only a good program, a solid program, but a solid place where he can have connections and networking and a great education and a great degree for after school. So that's why his top 3 choices were Notre Dame, Michigan, and IU. You know, he wanted to show that he was a good athlete. So, you know, there was some negativity online about being underrated and things like that. So I think after the awards that he won and the type of awards he won, it proved that, you know, he's here and he's good and he's ready for college. You know, he got the Linebacker Award for Mr. Football. He got MIC Defensive Player of the Year. He was a Buckets Award nominee, which is given to, they have 3, I guess they have high school linebacker, college linebacker, and pro. So he was a high school nominee. They chose 50 out of the whole country, so he was one of those 50 boys. And he, I think he went all state,
all county,
all MIC, all conference. So he had a goal in mind when he started this season, you know, and I think he had about 80 tackles or so, but that if you count the quarters that he actually played, because his coach was a little hesitant to put him back out there. So there's times he was out for whole quarters, and he missed the whole 2 games this season against Warren and against Carmel, I think, during the regular season. But he had the same amount of tackles as kids that were playing the entire season off 4 quarters. So he's out there, he's trying to get them. He's trying to get his stats up to show that he's here for a reason. That's to be the best defensive player in the city.
So, how's it feel to be here from that?
Oh, it feels great. You know, my dream was to represent my city, and I think I'm doing that well.
What you want to tell the guys back home that's looking up to you?
Oh, you know, just all the hard work pays off. You know, listen to your coaches. You know, gather around your teammates and you know, become one. And then, you know, later on, if you keep working hard, that's what happens.
So what does it mean to represent the MIC?
It's great. You know, there's so many other great players that should be here with me. But, you know, for just me to make it alone, you know, like, it's pretty humbling, you know, to be able to be here to represent y'all.
So what your LC boys going to do next year?
We're going to dominate. You know, Donovan, Kurt, LaShawn, you know, like, they're going to show out. You know, definitely trying to make it to that championship.
All right, so what's the one thing you want to tell your mom?
Oh, that I love her, and that I'm here because of her.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
So what's like a time that you overcame adversity?
Last year, during October, when I tore my ACL, you know, like, I thought my football career is over, and I never, you know, imagined myself here. I know that was one of my goals at that time, you know, to eventually get invited here. But when that happened, I thought that I was never going to make it. But, you know, during all that rehab, you know, prehab, you know, like, it was all worth it.
So who's in the headphones before the games? Who you rocking with? Who you bumping?
Let's see. Definitely Migos.
I feel it.
Migos gets me hyped. Yeah.
You got a favorite joint from them?
They're one with Quality Control, the little collab album.
Oh yeah.
We the ones that got Tech Off and T Grizzly on there.
Yeah. Favorite teacher at LC?
Favorite teacher? Ooh, it's hard. Mr. Burrell, AP Environmental Science. Yeah.
Favorite coach?
Will Patterson, Coach Patterson, my OB coach. That's my man.
I feel it. So, any other little nuggets you want to say to the people back home?
Nothing much. 317 all day.
Feel it. When you out with the fellas, what's the go-to pickup line for the ladies?
You don't have to start. I don't got one right now.
Well, you know, like I got a girl. It's been 2 years since I, tried to pick up somebody.
Yeah,
so
it's been a year and a
yeah,
half.
So what line did you say to her?
I don't know. Like I remember, like we was at like this festival, and like she was walking along. I was like, why you alone? She was like, oh, like I came with my sister, but she, like left with a dude. I was like, we not alone. I'm right here. So I got you. You feel me? So after that, like things kind of took off. But like I just like try to make girls feel comfortable. You feel me?
Life after sports. What y'all trying to do?
Definitely try to be a physical therapist. Like I work with a couple of physical therapists for my rehab from ACL, and I loved how they could give me back, to better than I was pre-injury. So like I definitely want to, give back to athletes.
You gotta tell the moms.
I love it. She got me here. She's the reason.
For sure.